Hi, my name is Maya. As the title suggests, I am balding or I've lost hair, a lot of hair, at 19. Let's see, some more light. It's like I have like a vanity going on. So, this is the spot right here. It's more than one spot, so let's try to see if I can go all the way around here. And then here, also on this side as well. And all the way around here. So, my hair has fallen out due to there's a lot of glare in my glasses. Let me turn this off. Okay. So, my hair has fallen out due to a zinc deficiency. I didn't know that I had it, and as a result, my hair really started falling out amongst a lot of other symptoms. So, when last summer, I noticed in around late June to early July that I was having a lot of problems focusing, more than I've ever had before. Of course, a little unfocused, a little bit of procrastination I've had before, but this amount of unfocusedness was very unprecedented for me. I couldn't focus for the life of me. It's like my brain was changing the channel about what I'm focusing on every 0.5 seconds. Every 0.5 seconds, there's a song in my head, there's a thought in my head, and it's constantly changing the channel, and I couldn't make it stop. I just wished that I could do something, if I could take something to just turn my brain off so that I can actually focus. And then when it was time to focus on things that mattered, it's like it was too low stimulation or something like that. And I was immediately falling asleep. Of course, this hasn't really happened before. I was still able to do homework despite being on my phone a lot. But this time, that's not what happened. I'm kind of thirsty. So last summer, I went to a different state. I did some work. It was really exciting, and it was hard for me to focus. Like I said, my brain was changing the channels many times, and it's like I couldn't make my brain shut off. And then when it was time for me to go to bed and fall asleep, I couldn't sleep the whole night, and then I'd come back to work very fatigued, like a zombie. I'd be standing up and walking around, and I'm falling asleep while I'm standing up. It was horrible. So over the summer, what I did was really dramatic, and I stopped using my phone. I turned my phone off completely. I didn't, I only use it to call or text, but I wasn't on YouTube, I wasn't on Instagram, I wasn't on TikTok. I didn't even listen to music for almost an entire month. The detox was good, but I didn't even know what was going on for most of the month. And despite the detox being good, I'd never had to do something that dramatic to focus before. I noticed that my hair started to fall out slowly. So I'm gonna put a picture here about how it first started to look, and that's when July 13th from that, this the timestamp from that photo's from, and from that particular photo on July 13th, it started off really tiny, as you guys see. It was very small, and I thought it was because I wasn't taking the best care of my hair. I thought it was because maybe eczema or something like that that's taking my hair out. And I never thought it could be like a metabolic issue, like actually missing something important like zinc. So I did that dramatic thing of like turning everything off, no music, no movies, no videos, nothing, not even just like a book. And it helped me focus. I was sleeping better. And I was like, well, maybe I'm just overstimulated. So August rolls around, and school's about to start, and I go to the doctor, the dermatologist, so they can check it out. And I said, well, I think it's eczema. And they're like, well, are you sure? And I'm like, I sure it's eczema because I have eczema, and eczema can take your hair out and stuff like that. So I got prescribed clobetasol propionate. Hold on, let me get it actually. So I got it. Yeah, so it's this stuff, 0.5% clobetasol propionate. I use this on my scalp sometimes, especially when I'm going through like eczema flare-ups, or it's a little itchier than I feel like normal, or just itchy at all. I tend to use that every now and then. But even while I was using the ointment, my hair was still falling out and my hair was still thinning. So it was thinning in the back, it was starting to thin, right? Actually, it was thinning a little bit over here as well, and especially over here, especially since this was the first spot for my hair to start thinning. I was becoming concerned because I was like, well, I'm taking really good care of my hair and I'm putting this ointment in it. Why is my hair still falling out? I'm just wondering. I'm like, why is my hair still falling out? And I still am unable to focus. At this point, I'm not doing very well in my classes. I can't keep up with the work. I'm unable to keep up with anything. And I didn't ask anyone for help because I thought that I could fix it before I would need to ask for help. But now I know that you should ask for help as soon as a problem arises, or tell teachers or someone when something's going on. But I felt out of control. The only thing I could do was with my hands. So with my hands, I would be doing things like cleaning my room. I would clean my room a lot. I kept my room very clean. I cleaned it every day because that's the only thing I had the capacity to do, because doing work was just impossible. I would fall asleep upon sitting in class, or upon just looking at anything I'm supposed to do for homework, any reading or anything. I'm starting to fall asleep immediately. While in some people this can be a sign of overstimulation, it turns out for me it's not, now that I figured that out. But I feel like right now it's more or less normal for you to like read a few sentences and you're just like, okay, I'm getting distracted. But no, like I was starting to fall asleep upon reading like the first two words. It's like my body just shut down. I'd be in class and my eyes would feel like very heavy, like there's dumbbells on my eyes, and it's forcing my eyes to shut down, to close, and I just couldn't for the life of me stay awake. Like I have to put my head down. So all day I was fatigued. I was very, very tired. I was falling asleep all over the place, and I had like no energy all the time. I didn't have any energy to study or do work. It's not even just an energy thing, but the fact that I couldn't study in the first place. I was very concerned about that. And like I said, this really did take a toll on my grades a lot. My grades were the worst that it had ever been last semester as a result. Like, I'm used to getting A's and stuff, but last semester I managed to, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna I didn't fail, okay? I passed all of my classes, but I was really struggling, and I didn't even know why. I was also going through some other things that were really, I was very anxious that semester because nothing was going right. It felt like nothing was going right, and I was very anxious and upset. And fast forward to October. It's October now, and we go back to the doctor because I'm still having all of these issues. And then I find out that I am deficient in zinc. So I started taking the zinc, and after like 3 or 4 days, I started feeling like my energy levels kick up. So when you first, not when you, but like for me, when I first took zinc, there was like these like really hyper effects. Like these effects were like up there. Like I was very awake. Got to the point where I couldn't even like sleep through the night. I was just up just to be up because I wasn't sleepy. I'm like, I couldn't sleep. And then even when I go to sleep and got very little sleep, I could wake up and I'm like, wow, I still feel fine when I was taking it. And I was like, do people feel like this every day? Because every day I was feeling like a zombie. So I finally figured out the problem, and you would think, oh, well then everything's fixed now. Okay, maybe you're not thinking that, but that's what I was thinking, that everything would be fixed now. That was not the case. I was still struggling, trying to get back into the swing of things, and when you're starting taking zinc and you have like a metabolic issue like that, it's not instantaneous that things would just fix itself like that. So it actually took months for me to even see improvement in my hair growth, because at this point I was still falling out. And things are getting better. things are getting a little bit better. I'm finding hairstyles to start hiding the bald spots, but you know, I'm thinking I wouldn't have to do this too much longer because my hair will start to grow back any day now. And it did. Came around November, December, it started to grow back. And that was good. I was like, okay, yeah, it's starting to grow back and everything until like other spots started falling out. So how I showed you guys in the back that it was starting to fall out, in the front, it still fell out. So like I thought this side was just thinning before. It was just thinning, and then it started to fall out even more. Now it looks a little bit better now, but it's had continued to fall out over here, and I was sad. I remember I think I felt a knot over here. It was Christmas, I think. Christmas Day or the day after Christmas. I remember we were watching a movie and I put my hands in my hair and it felt like a knot here, but then I grabbed some stuff and then I saw a little glob of hair. So you're not gonna get a little glob of hair, especially with my kind of hair type, unless you comb it. I threw it in the trash and then it had looked worse. This side was starting to grow back and I was like, well, I'm taking it now. Why is my hair still falling out? And it was still falling out in the back, and it was also itchy and bumpy in the back, which leads me to believe it's not only the zinc deficiency, but also having eczema that ate my hair in the back, or some sort of fungal something that was eating my hair in the back on top of that. So it had spread upward, and it was all the way around, and every time I took a shower or every time I had steam hit my hair was like in a bonnet, it would start to itch really, really bad back there, and it was bumpy and there was bumps, and turns out it really was just eczema back there, but on top of it, it was the zinc deficiency. So fast forward to December, this side is still falling out, and so is the back, but at least the side's growing back, right? So I have a photo here from January. Let me put that there. Here from January, how my hair was starting to grow back. So this used to look like, so there's hair here, as you can see. It's really starting to grow back, but it used to look like the palm of my hand. Like it's just blank. There's nothing there. It's just nothing there. It's just like the palm of my hand is blank. There's no hair, nothing. Love that. But my head looks like a potato on this camera. Anyway, focus. But I'm glad that my hair is starting to grow back now. But it has been a journey. Even when I first learned that my hair had fallen out, I actually didn't cry. I still haven't cried. Because, you know, my hair hadn't been doing that great for the longest time, because my hair is high porosity, and I had struggled with dryness because I wasn't really taking care of my hair regularly and everything like that. It would constantly keep drying out and breaking off at the ends, and it had remained the same length for a while. And I was just discouraged. For months, I would come home and my mom would do my hair, because I didn't even want to look at it in the mirror anymore, because I was just, I'm gonna come back into the mirror and see more hair gone. But now I'm starting to feel a lot better, and I've accepted more or less that my hair is starting to grow back, but my hair had fallen out in the first place, accepting that my hair had fallen out in the first place. So now I'm washing my hair regularly, and I'm actually not losing a lot of hair. It doesn't seem like I'm losing any hair anymore. I washed my entire head of hair, and with breakage and shedding included, the amount of hair that I'm losing is around this much every wash day, which is like the size of a dollar coin. Like, if you guys ever see like a dollar coin, it's a dollar, but like it's a coin, it's a little bit bigger than a quarter. Yeah, whenever I ball my hair up together, it's about this much, smaller, like this much. So I think I'm finding a hair care routine that's really working for me, luckily. But it's the fact that my hair is falling out in the first place. So I know some other people may be going through this, so I just wanted to make this video just to talk about what I'm going through as well, and see if anyone can identify with what I'm going through. And hoping this video would just be maybe just some support to other people that may be going through this. Know that you're not alone, that you're not the only one going through this. And goodbye.